The Galactic Council chamber fell silent as Derek Voss stepped through the reinforced doors, his boots echoing against the crystalline floor. 5 years ago, he had left this place in disgrace, laughter following him like a shadow. The aliens had mocked him then, called him weak, primitive, unworthy of standing among the enlightened species of the galaxy. Today, he returned with his pack. Behind Derek walked 12 figures, each moving with predatory grace. Zyra, his second-in-command, prowled at his right shoulder. Her eyes, one human brown, one silver from her wolf hybrid heritage, scanned the chamber with calculating precision. The rest of his pack fanned out in formation, a mix of humans and those who had been augmented, enhanced, perfected through training and trials that would have broken lesser beings. Ambassador Krell of the Vaxorian Empire was the first to speak, his mandibles clicking nervously. "Voss, we did not expect— That is, your presence was not requested?" Derek's voice was cold, measured. "No, but necessary." The holographic displays around the chamber flickered to life, showing star maps, battle reports, casualty figures. For 3 years, the Korvax swarm had been pushing through the outer rim, consuming worlds, harvesting populations. The great alien civilizations, the ones who had laughed at humanity's application to join their ranks, were losing. Badly. Council Director Thane, a towering crystallid whose body refracted light into rainbow patterns, leaned forward. "Human Voss, we appreciate your attendance. However, this is a matter for established council members. Your species was deemed unsuitable for membership, as you may recall." Derek smiled, but there was no warmth in it. "I recall perfectly. You said humans were too aggressive, too emotional, too pack-minded to understand the sophistication of galactic politics." He gestured to the displays. "How's that sophistication working out for you?" A Fenrathi commander slammed his 3-fingered hand on the table. "You dare mock us? Your people tried to join our ranks with nothing but primitive chemical rockets and nuclear weapons. You had barely left your own star system. That was 5 years ago." Zyra spoke for the first time, her voice carrying an edge that made several aliens flinch. Derek Voss didn't come back to beg. He came back to offer terms. "Terms?" Thane's crystalline form pulsed with indignation. "You have nothing we need, human." Derek reached into his jacket and placed a small device on the table. With a tap, it projected a 3-dimensional image of a Korvax hive ship, completely destroyed, its biological hull torn apart from the inside out. "Sector 7, 3 days ago," Derek said quietly. "The Korvax hit the Terran colony of New Montana. Population, 40,000 humans, mostly farmers and miners. The council response time was estimated at 6 days. The Korvax would have consumed everyone by then." He tapped the device again. The image shifted to show combat footage. Brutal, visceral, efficient. Derek's pack moved through the hive ship like wolves through a flock of sheep. No hesitation, no mercy, just calculated violence executed with devastating precision. "We arrived in 18 hours, Derek continued. 0 civilian casualties. The hive ship was neutralized in 42 minutes. The Korvax survivors retreated from the entire sector. The council chamber erupted in shocked murmurs. Ambassador Krell leaned closer to the projection, his compound eyes widening. "Impossible. Korvax hive ships have adaptive bioarmor. Our weapons barely scratched them, and you destroyed it with small arms?" "We didn't just use weapons," Zyra said, a predatory grin crossing her features. "We used what you always mocked us for. Our pack instinct, our aggression, our emotional drive. Humans don't fight like you do, standing at distance, calculating probabilities, waiting for the optimal strike." Derek picked up the explanation. "We hunt, we adapt. We fight with a fury you civilized species bred out of yourselves millennia ago. The Korvax are predators, yes, but they've never faced a species that's better at it than they are." Thane's form flickered uncertainly. "Even if what you say is true, 1 victory does not—" 47 victories, Derek interrupted, his voice hard. "In 3 years, my pack has trained 230 similar teams. We've been operating in the outer rim, protecting colonies the council abandoned. 47 engagements against the Korvax, 47 victories, 0 worlds lost." The silence that followed was absolute. Finally, an elderly Cyrathi diplomat, her feathered crest drooping with age, spoke softly. Why help us after we rejected you so cruelly?" Derek's expression softened slightly. "Because that's what humans do. We protect the pack, and whether you like it or not, you're part of our pack now. The galaxy is our home too. He stood and his pack rose with him as one. Here are my terms. Humanity gets full council membership with voting rights and territorial recognition. In exchange, we'll train your forces, teach you how to fight like humans, how to think like predators instead of prey. And if we refuse? Krell asked, though his voice lacked conviction. Derek headed toward the door, his pack flowing around him like water. He paused at the threshold and looked back. Then you lose. The Korvax will keep coming, keep consuming, keep winning, because they're predators and you forgot how to be anything but victims. Zira's laughter was low and dangerous. You spent so long being civilized that you forgot the most important lesson in the universe. Sometimes, survival requires teeth and claws. As the pack filed out, Derek heard the arguments beginning behind them. Some voices outraged, others desperate, a few already calculating the benefits. He knew how this would end. The council would accept because they had no choice. Humanity had been mocked, dismissed, rejected by the galaxy's elite. But Derek Voss had learned something important in those 5 years. The galaxy didn't need more philosophers and politicians. It needed predators. It needed a pack. It needed humans. 3 days later, the council voted unanimously to grant humanity full membership. Derek Voss became the first human supreme commander of Galactic Defense Forces. His first order was simple. Teach every species in the council how to hunt. The Korvax swarm would learn soon enough what it meant to face a united galaxy led by Earth's apex predators. They would learn what humans had always known, that the strongest pack doesn't just survive, it thrives.